atmosphere. God is for me, and there's going to be a breakthrough in my finances, and God's going to bless me because I've been tithing and being faithful and honoring the Lord with my finances, or God showed up and he's going to heal my body, or he's going to save my children, or he's going to rescue my marriage, or he's going to heal me out of depression and fear and anxiety is going to go. The next thing that will come is the enemy will say, why are you so confident? Why? What? Who are you depending on? The enemy will always come to attack the place of your promise, because your potential is in your promise. What's going to happen is in the promise. So the enemy comes to attack that place, knowing that if he can get you shaky on your confidence, without faith, it's impossible to please God. We must believe that he exists and that he's a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. What does that mean, Pastor Adam? That means it's not enough to just believe that God exists. He is, and he is a rewarder. My confidence is based on him. My faith is not dependent on Adam. My faith is dependent on God Almighty. He's God all by himself, and beside him there is no other. You see, if your confidence and your bravado is simply based on you, then your faith is only as strong as you are. But what happens when you begin to wane, or when you get hit by the enemy and you get a little shaky? What happens in that moment? You see, when your dependence is on you, then it's only as strong as you are. But when your dependence is on God, it's as strong as he is. Which is why he can say, even when I wasn't faithful, God remained faithful, because my answer wasn't dependent on Adam. My dependency was on him who promised, for him who promised is also faithful. That's why the Apostle Paul can say, in my weakness, God's power is made perfect. It's where my human strength ends. That's where God's power begins. I can say with confidence. The enemy goes further. If he can't get you to shake your confidence, he'll get you to compromise. He goes on to say, the king, come now, make a bargain with my master, the king of Assyria. I love how God gives us a promise that rests on eternal God. Him who's so great and grandiose that he uses the earth like a footstool, holds the whole universe together by the word of his power. Every time scientists get a scope big enough to hopefully see the ends of the universe, they realize that it goes so much further than they could have ever imagined. They believe it's constantly expanding, because when God speaks, he speaks in the ever-present. So when he created, his word is still echoing throughout the universe, continuing to create new universes. This God promises you something so amazing in your life, and then the enemy comes to attack and rattle you, and we're willing to throw away the faith and the promise in a moment. We leave church